Morning, everyone, or good night, whenever you're watching this. Today, I wanted to talk about gentleness. This is the second to last fruit of the Spirit. We're almost done talking about the fruits of the Spirit. I hope you're learning as much as I am, or at least having some fun with me. But the passage that came to mind when I was thinking about this was 1 Kings chapter 19, verses 11 through 12. And it says this, Then he was told, Go, stand on the mountain at attention before God. God will pass by. A hurricane wind ripped through the mountains and shattered the rocks before God. But God wasn't to be found in the wind. After the wind, an earthquake, but God wasn't in the earthquake. And after the earthquake, fire, but God wasn't in the fire. And after the fire, a gentle and quiet whisper. When Elijah heard the quiet voice, he muffled his face with his great cloak, went to the mouth of the cave, and stood there. A quiet voice asked, So, Elijah, now tell me, what are you doing here? That was God talking to him. When I think about gentleness, gentleness is basically very straightforward, and some say that it's not gentleness, it's actually humility. But gentleness is just being gentle. It's just being kind. It's just being nice and quiet. And when I think about gentleness, I think of two things. I think of newborns, because they're very small, and you have to be very careful with them, how you handle newborns. And I think about war, the war victims that they come back from these war zones, burnt, they come back, missing limbs, they come back full of hurt, full of pain. And these nurses, the people helping them out, they have to be very gentle with them, right? They have to be very careful with them instead of, hitting them hard and trying to take care and heal those wounds. They have to scrape things off very gently. They have to be very careful what they do. They have to touch them very softly so they don't hurt even more. And that's when I think of gentleness. And here's, I think, the thing with this passage and why this came to mind is when this is a fruit of the Spirit. So this is something that we have to show others and we have to show ourselves, right? This is one of the characteristics that God has, is being gentle. The thing is, when we are encountering other people on a daily basis, we're talking to other people, we are going to meet people from all walks of life. People who have had no problems since they were small, and people who have been through human trafficking, people who have been very poor, or children of single mothers or single mothers themselves. Or we will meet so many different people with so many different traumas and just dealing with different demons, as we all say, every day in all walks of their lives. And we need to be able to be gentle with people. We need to be able to come in a way that we understand. If we come as a wind and we just want to pass by and we don't even care what happens to the person, we just want to talk to them and get on with our lives, God's not going to be there. If we want to come like that earthquake came and just, tremble everything and confuse and bring doubt and bring all of these things, God's not going to be there. If we want to come like that fire when we're talking with people and just burn their confidence and burn up their self-esteem and burn up everything that who they are, and destroy the little bit of things that they still have left, God's not going to be there. When God came to talk to Elijah, I know I'm saying his name wrong, but when God came to talk to him, he came in a very soft, quiet whisper. And he talked to him still in that quiet whisper. This is a prophet that God used greatly. And this is a man that was running away. He was running away when God had already given him victory, because he was alone. He was the only prophet left declaring the truth about God. And so as a human, he got scared. He felt lonely. He felt all these doubts, right? And so he hid in a cave. And God could have gone up to him and said, hey, I already told you have victory, you have this, you have to have faith. And what are you doing here? And and blah, 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 blah. But God didn't do that. God came up to him, and after all of that passed, God came in a gentle, quiet whisper, because he understood how Elijah was feeling. He understood how his heart was doing. And we need to be able to have that discernment enough that when we talk to people, and this is for me, guys, because I'm the type of person that I'm like, come on, it's not the end of the world. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's move on with our lives, right? So this is something I personally need to learn, is just being gentle with people, talking to people with gentleness, trying to come from a place of understanding them, knowing that a lot of the people that we are going to encounter, Christian or non-Christian, it doesn't matter if you're inside the church or not, but we all carry wounds, right? We all carry hurts within ourselves. Don't touch that. And so we need to be able to come to and talk to people from that place of understanding, and be able to be gentle with them. If we come like that fire, we'll hurt them more. If we come like that wind or that earthquake, we're going to hurt them more. We're just going to slap their pain, their hurts, their wounds. But when we come towards people in a very gentle and quiet spirit, bearing that fruit of the spirit of gentleness, then we will be able to bring that healing that only God can to them through our gentleness. We're going to be able to talk to them about God. We're going to be able to understand them. We're going to be able to listen to them. And people are going to be able to find new life in Christ through our gentleness, because we're willing to not just, go after their money like so many people think churches do, or go after, we just want attendance. We just want this. We just want that. No, gentleness, trying to understand where they're coming from, what happened to them, why they're that way, understanding who they are, and just come in a very gentle spirit. And that's to say as well that not only towards other people, we need to be gentle towards ourselves as well. We sin. I know that I have so many faults, and we sin every day. As much as we're trying, as much as we're fighting, we tend to do things wrong all the time. But instead of, saying, oh my gosh, how could I have been so stupid? How could I have been so dumb? How could I have done so many things like that, and regret and being so hard on ourselves? We need to look within ourselves and treat ourselves like God would, and be gentle with ourselves, because we carry wounds as well, right? We each carry things from our past, from our childhood, things right now, or things that we have done wrong, and they're wounds that are there. And unless we're gentle with ourselves or with others, we cannot find that healing, right? So that's the fruit of the Spirit. It's gentleness towards others, gentleness towards yourself. And I hope you can do that for yourself, because you deserve it. If God, knowing everything about our lives, still can be gentle and kind and loving and faithful and all of the fruits of the Spirit with us, so much more we need to be with ourselves and with others. May God bless you, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.